In the days following the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, the unease in the relationship between Turkey and the United States was visible once again. At one point, Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Çavuşoğlu even accused US President Donald Trump of turning a blind eye to Khashoggi's killing.
Yani Trump'ın bu yaptığı açıklama ne olursa olsun ben işte gözümü yumarım anlamına da geliyor. Bu doğru bir yaklaşım değildir. Her şey para değildir.
But that was not the worst the two countries saw in 2018. The case of US Pastor Andrew Brunson, who was arrested in 2016 on terror charges, pushed ties between the NATO allies to new lows. And while the Turkish government waited for a court of law to decide Brunson's future, Trump lost patience and doubled metal tariffs on Turkey and also imposed sanctions on two Turkish government officials. Turkey responded with sanctions of its own, but the crisis triggered a sharp fall in the lira, which lost more than a quarter of its value in August alone. Brunson was freed by a Turkish court in October, which resulted in a relative normalization of ties and also helped bring stability to the Turkish lira. President Trump welcomed his release, saying it will lead to good, perhaps great relations between the United States and Turkey. But while Brunson is back in the US, significant grievances remain on both sides. Turkey is still waiting for a positive response on its extradition request for cleric and businessman Fethullah Gülen, who lives in Pennsylvania. He's the man Turkey believes is behind the failed coup in 2016 that killed 250 people. Turkey has also not stepped back from its plans to buy the Russian missile defense system, the S-400, despite serious US concerns. This has fueled demands in the US that planned deliveries of F-35 jets can be put on hold, even though portions of fighter jets are being built in Turkey. The US reliance on the YPG to fight Daesh in Syria has not helped bilateral ties either. The YPG is the Syrian offshoot of the PKK, the terror group that Turkey has been fighting for decades. The list of disagreements between Turkey and the United States is a long one, but it is imperative for both to find common grounds, especially on issues like Syria. Omer Kablan, straight.